My browser is just not working along at that worst time possible. We're at top 8, there we go. I
Hold
wanna
on, let me
say
adjust my
Volcano
channel
because I think
filter.
Xerjoff wasted a lot of energy having to get that game 5 set over Bokonko. Whereas I think the 3-0 from Volcano over Bamia showed much more confidence and skill. But also, you're just spending less time, you're spending less energy that you can take. Like, with the energy that you have saved up, you can take into the next set. But I am being proven completely wrong. As Dorian
Not
Yates,
yet.
aka Xerjoff over here, is starting out really strong in the Scythe Mirror match of Volcano.
I can't lie, I just put all my channel points onto Volcano Madara. Yeah, I am a big advocate for Volcano here, as he has been going crazy after being taken down by Wave, but you know, Xerjoff is also insane. And it's looking like he might take the lead here, as he has taken the first lead here in that first game. He's really strong on the Scythe, isn't he? Because I know Volcano is more of a gauntlet player as far as I'm concerned, as he has that Tesca and the Mordex, but Xerjoff is just looking so menacing on the Scythe right now. And that ground pound there as a nice reversal, but oh! Almost safe Xerjoff. Man, that's quite the lead for Xerjoff, but that Scythe by him actually looking very, very dominant right now. It's looking like Volcano doesn't know where to go.
I want to
So, with
point out
Scythe,
like
you never
the
know.
character pick from Xerjoff here, because in the previous set that we saw from them on stream, whilst Volcano was just cooking them off stage, it buys me a bit of time. They were on a different side. Like I can't exactly remember who. Let me double check. Doesn't show. Sparky always been saying report lore legends, and this is why as Volcano, what looked like a really strong lead for Dorian Yates, aka Xerjoff, Volcano has brought it back in their favor. But this fate seemed to be working so well over Bokonko. That's the thing that made them get that reversal, that 3 games in a row to bring it to game 5 and then win it. They're just continuing on that fate, realizing, hey, this is what won me that set that I was about to lose. But it's not enough to help them against Volcano, as after getting the first stock of the game, Volcano awakened and they just started fighting back. Volcano just got 3 stocks in a row on the same stock. So
Yeah, no, I can't
just
lie.
woke up
The
like
way
that.
Xerjoff started off, I was like, okay, maybe we're heading next. Maybe we're going next. And then Volcano Madara, you know, there's a reason I put all my channel points on this guy just now.
I can see it. I'm
What
with you on
what
that
on
one.
earth did he just do to Xerjoff? What a reversal. He was second stock red, and from there on he just didn't get hit anymore.
All I gotta say, man, that new season of Jujutsu Kaisen, like the writing on it goes insane. I'm just seeing it right here on stream.
3, 2, 1. Brawl.
Yes. Yes.
I don't think you get it, do you?
I honestly didn't hear most of what you said.
In the previous Volcano Madeira set before our blog, I've seen people call this man Gojo Madeira, or well, I don't know if they were calling him Gojo or Sukuna, but like one of the characters in JGK, one of the main characters, and they were just rooting for him.
Or maybe he's used that as one of his previous usernames before, that could be. But heading into the second game, we're looking at a pretty even damage standout here, but you know, when you got 2 side players, 2 gauntlet, like a Mordex and a Fate on the screen, you might as well just throw the damage staple out the window. Like, the stocks can be lost at any minute here, as that ground pound might be able to do it, as he confirms doesn't confirm the edge guard there.
No,
Xerjoff just being able to touch there on the other side of the map, now reversing the situation on Volcano. Volcano a bit of a disadvantage state, immediately reverses the sidelights there, not quite able to finish it off. Orb is not the best at finishing off stocks, as now both are in the knockout zone and are looking for the finish. You as an Orb player, now I can ask you enthusiastically, what do you do for finishing off stocks? Do you just go for signatures or do you switch weapon?
So Orb is one of those weapons, similar to what I talked about with Val before. Orb's KO moves are really dependent on the physical placement that you are on the stage. If you're on a platform stage, it's really good to go for Nair ladders or D-Light ladders, and then look for a recovery, because you're on the platform, you're higher up to the ceiling, makes it easier to knock out.
Well, we got no platforms here, Mauro.
You got no platform, so that idea goes out the window. So right here, you have, in my opinion, 3 options. You can still go for those recoveries, they're still strong, but not as strong. Second option is take someone to the side of the stage. Beautiful scythe weapon throw from Volcano. So you take him to the side of the stage, bring him to the edge, and then go for sidelight Xer. Sidelight Xer is really strong at KOing, but it's not strong enough to consistently knock out from center stage. So you kind of want to be as close to the wall as possible to make sure that you actually get that KO. The last option, which is my personal favorite to execute and also works really well on this stage, is do off-stage 50-50s. And by that I mean put yourself in a position where your opponent has to guess, do you go for a dare or do you go for a ground pound? So you put yourself in this diagonal that you can apply pressure with the idea of inputting both moves. And your opponent has to kind of just go around you. You're not even throwing out the move, but you're just positioning yourself in a threatening way. That's the strength.
You're putting out a threat area, but you know, those are very good plans that you have, right? But Xerjoff said, screw all that. He just built up a lot of damage onto Volcano and then finished it off with a rare cider, with a raw cider. But the side take by Volcano does even out that. What I feel like from this game so far is Xerjoff is winning a lot of neutral interactions and getting a lot of damage piled up, and Volcano just gets those big plays. You know what I mean? He's getting those. He's getting some dodges. He's getting some big hits, and gets that massive damage situation there, a massive finishing off situation, which is definitely, if it works out in the favor of Volcano. But the damage pile-up by Xerjoff is looking very strong as Madara sends him off the side there. The downlight does connect there to reverse the situation. Yeah, the damage situation for Xerjoff is very interesting, but now he's back on the side. He's back on the orb, actually, to finish off Volcano's last stock here. Cider connects, neutral sig does not.
Volcano doesn't get the dodge that they need, and you see Xerjoff just putting out those dares that were ground pound. He has the idea, but he's just on stage when doing it. Now Volcano has that potential edge guard, gets the Xer, pushing Xerjoff to the side. Now coming through, doesn't get the second one. Volcano playing really careful, Xer doesn't connect. Okay,
and like almost finishing there, and the weapon throw snipe, just getting back at Volcano Madara here as he is knocking him out the exact same way as Xerjoff got knocked out on his second stock. Interestingly enough, we're seeing no character switches here. We're looking at a 1-1. I'm feeling another game 5 coming, Moto. I can't lie.
I am definitely seeing it. Like, I'm looking at the replays and the stats right now. I'm kind of wondering what Volcano's game plan is gonna be, because in that first game it felt like the aggression is what got them the most, and what got them the win in the end. Because they were just, after they lost their first stock, they were like, okay, pedal to the metal, and they just destroyed all 3 stocks of Xerjoff. But in that match, Volcano seemed to be a lot more focused on holding down that neutral, which really wasn't working in his favor. So I'm hoping, if Volcano wants to win, they realize that they need to be more aggressive against this player, against this opponent.
Well, maybe not. Maybe, you know, there's a reason we're on the mic and not in this top 8, as Volcano probably has his ideas of his own as he does make it back to the wall there in a very, very interesting way of recovering. Played around Xerjoff. Actually, probably made Xerjoff think that he was done for, and actually made it back there. Now reversing the situation. Nice side-leg recovery onto Xerjoff. Trying to finish up the stock right now. That's land the cider. Doesn't land the Enlight either. Gets a little bit of a juggle going on here. Xerjoff sends him off the side. Disarms him. Gauntlet is gone, and the breakdance. The disarm will cost him dearly.
DC coming through to take off that first stock, that doesn't really mean anything. Like in game 1 we saw the person that has the lead doesn't guarantee that they're actually winning the game. They're coming through. Like I said, yeah, just putting that threat out there by putting yourself in a good position to edge guard on that orb. And you saw Xerjoff just hanging to the wall, putting himself in a really good position to go for an easy edge guard. He could have Xer'd, he could have ground pounded, but he instead chose to dare. And now it's an even game. Gauntlets versus Scythe. Mordex versus Fate. Nair coming through to reverse it, doesn't get a follow-up after it. So Volcano just rushing in, trying to push Xerjoff to the side. Like I've seen like 3 sidelights in the past 20 seconds from Volcano, and 3 back dashes to avoid them from Xerjoff. Now Volcano has that scythe in hand and gotta change their game plan here.
Good sir, I've seen at least 10 Enlights by Xerjoff in the past minute. This guy is going for those Scythe Endlights like they're the best option he has, which might be the case, but the recovery does send Volcano in a bad spot there, but Xerjoff not able to convert off of it just yet. Now an edgeguard situation for Volcano here, Xerjoff in a disadvantaged state, does go for an Endlight there as well, which of course does a good option on Scythe, but in that situation maybe you want to be going for what the movement is. But what do I know? Now the Orb versus Gauntlets happening here, both players looking for a knockout again. We are right now 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the game, and they are about to enter their last stock as Volcano goes down first here with that downer off the wall. That's one of the beauties of Orb, you know, that interactive downer that just bounces off the wall. Like, you yeet that thing, it's bouncing in the face.
Volcano doesn't get to confirm there, whereas... Bro, I keep seeing Dorian Yates on my screen, but it's actually Xerjoff, okay? Volcano, with minimal damage taken, manages to bring it back to a final stock situation in game 3. Scythe in hand, trying to weapon starve Xerjoff, doesn't get a dodge right there, Orb in hand. Like, we've seen them on that Orb to mainly take out the stocks, but do they have the damage build up? Do they have the strings? Do they have the dodge reach? They're building up decent damage. Volcano in the orange right now, and there into recovery that misses. Sarah coming through, and 6. Volcano is in the danger zone right now.
Nice little N-sig to get Volcano down to the red. He is in the knockout zone. One more signature will knock Volcano out, but he's looking for that side read. He goes for it, doesn't quite convert it just yet. Shouldn't get anything off the side. Like, goes for another read here off the downlight. Volcano not catching any of those dodges by Xerjoff. He is getting those initial hits to get the potential read off of, but doesn't convert anything. And that's really what gave him that first game. Those dodge reads, those downloads on his opponent, but he's not able to do that here this time. But, you know, Xerjoff, once again, just like in the last game, really struggles with knocking out his opponent.
Yeah, like you saw that Sarah going for a Volcano, doesn't go for a punish, miss input in the back there.
Player 2 wins.
Really unfortunate. That last stock was just pure oppressiveness coming out from Xerjoff there, and Volcano just being backed into a corner, like hiding in the closet, not sure what to do or how to fight it back.
Yeah, so correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not entirely sure if he did so last game as well, but I'm pretty sure Xerjoff is averaging around 600 damage every game whenever he's winning. That's a lot of damage for a 1v1 game to finish off someone stock-wise. So Xerjoff,
608.
just like me for real with the damage and the knockouts, definitely needs some better knockout options here, because 600 plus damage is definitely not what you want happening, because that's just a very extended game damage wise that gives your opponent a lot of opportunities to make a comeback or get the one up on you if you take that long to knock him out. But going into game 4 here, Volcano won game 1 while Xerjoff is up 2-1. Looking to take that stock or take that set home here, but will Volcano make the bounce back? Maybe. Those damage numbers will cost them as he goes for the
bounce back
knockout
is
here.
happening right now. The trampoline has been jumped on as Volcano swaps to the gauntlets. Was gonna dodge read in order to take Xerjoff off the top, and they're coming through. Emlight coming through. Still holding on to that side to make it back there again on the side of the stage. Xerjoff making it back towards the other side of Demon Island as Volcano hitting that there weapon throw confirms tap on the head during that recovery, and now Volcano a pretty, I don't want to say comfortable, but definitely a substantial lead here.
What a nice lead, but you know, going off the first game, as you said so beautifully in the last game, you never know with a lead like this who's actually going to take the game home, as Xerjoff already adapts his game plan here just a little bit, plays a little bit around the edge, very, very pokey with the down airs here. Everyone that's faced Orb, no matter what elo it was at, has faced that wall of Orb down air. And it's so hard to get around, and there's only so many ways you can get around it, but right now Volcano is doing a great job of doing so as he almost gets stuck with that heal recovery.
As someone that really likes abusing that part of Orb, those down air, wow, Volcano beautifully spaced ground pound. What was that? But yeah, there's not in all situations do you get away on Orb with mashing down there, but Xerjoff does have that matchup. You're playing it into gauntlets, they don't have the reach to punish you for missing it. There's weapons like Spear that have an easy delight, or other weapons with strong anti-air opportunities that can do that against you. But not the weapons that Mordex has. Maybe an Ensig on Scythe, but that's the only option that I see in Volcano's possession that they can use to counter the Dare wall coming out from Xerjoff right here.
That was a bad spot to be in for Xerjoff. He was out of options there entirely. If Volcano instead of a sidelight went for a down air there, Xerjoff might have been done for. He didn't get the touch, but now Xerjoff trying to reverse the situation, kind of lands the third nair in a row. The sidelights there off the side there.
Wait, I think Xerjoff's dead.
Barely touches. That breakdance barely not knocking him out. He does get the touch there ever so slightly, but now he's in the orange while he's trying to still get the knockout on Volcano's second stock. It's looking like a game 5 right now, but
the
what do I know? Maybe Xerjoff got some cooking up as he's still looking for the knockout. He's going for so many risky things, but Volcano's not punishing him at all for it. Modo hell.
I need to see that ground pound in replay. I am pretty sure that if Xerjoff, they manipulated their hurt box. There are some moves in the game that will shift your hurt box a different direction. Pretty sure, or there is one of them. Let me state that first. I'm pretty sure that if they didn't do that there, that ground pound on the gauntlets from Volcano would have hit.
Volcano does like those break dances. They really like those break dances. And that recovery on the gauntlets will do it. 2 stock.
The hurt box manipulation didn't matter, as Volcano still had 2 stocks left to take us to a game 5. Both of these players just seem to get a lot of value out of being the oppressor here. There's a joke somewhere that I can make, but I feel like I'm gonna get banned from ever casting here if I make it. But both of these players just shine in their aggression. It feels like a complete mirror image of what we saw from the earlier set being Rain and Sapphire, which was really heavy neutral gameplay, trying to find those openings over one another. Whereas the set that we're witnessing now, Eddie, seems really heavy on just the aggression and putting out as much damage per interaction, as much damage per dodge read as they possibly can.
Yes, sir. Now, this is a game 5. I'm not gonna lie to you. I need weapons that sound like they're hitting hard in my life. And when you have that Scythe mirror, it's always like... And it never feels like any damage is being built up. But then you look in the top right, it's the same history with battle boots. They land those hits and you're like, oh man, they don't sound like they're hitting hard, so they must not be doing any damage. You look at the top right, you're barbecue red. That's what I feel like for these games.
It's just the agility. So the thing with Scythe is, the strings, when you're getting hit by them, they go by really quickly. Like triple nair, like this, that went by in 3 seconds. Volcano was already like from orange to red. You see what I mean? It's a lot of hits, but due to the time that passes during them being really small, it feels like you're not taking that much damage. Beautiful answer to catch that dodge to the top left coming out from Volcano.
Yes, sir. Though Volcano looking like he might be doing a quick run back here with that immediate grunt after the nair to take down Xerjoff's first look as well. We are on a full reset as both players are on the side here. They are both white, just confirming 1 hit each here. Once again, trading blows, and you can really tell that both of these players are just very experienced on the side as they kind of. They reverse the situation a lot, but they always kind of move the same. It's like you got 2 mirrors of the side here whenever they're both on side.
I don't know, like Scythe is one of those weapons in the mirror. It's an exciting one because Scythe is just so free flow. It's not like Sword where you have like those basic combos that you kind of just see everyone, even on this level, execute like your basic delight recoveries. Scythe is like whichever player has it has their own tools of combos that they like going for. It's a really creative weapon, which makes it so exciting to see the mirror match because you're like trying to see what one might do, but it just can be completely different. When you have 2 on the on screen, you're just seeing completely different strings coming out from either player. It's a massive difference that you can see in their playstyle through just the eyes of a Scythe mirror match.
Yes, sir, the Scythe mirror match, but on the other hand, Volcano has been playing a lot of gauntlets, and that down air will take down that second stock of Xerjoff. Now those gauntlets, I haven't seen Volcano Madara on it in a long time, but I don't remember when he switched from Tesca to Mordex, because he has a very experienced Tesca that he also still utilizes in 2v2.
Look at him go.
I am just waiting on him to whip that out, but maybe we will see that in the losers finals if he takes this game home. But right now he's trying to pile up some damage without getting knocked into his last stock, as well as he gets a very interesting sight-like ground pump there with the weapon pickup. Now piling up a little bit of damage onto Xerjoff. Xerjoff approaching the orange. That sight-light is a big hit for him. Any hit matters here to extend the lead for Volcano Madara, as he's only getting hit by the end light there. Another end light connects. No knockout here just yet, but oh, the weapon throw cost him.
There to touch the wall.
The weapon throw actually knocked him out there. As if he didn't go for that weapon throw, I think he would have made it. But if he didn't go for that weapon throw, Xerjoff would have confirmed it. It's just a knockout either way, probably.
So Volcano's been doing a really good job at avoiding all the pressure that Xerjoff is putting out. We saw how long he survived while they were in that Orb KO health range. And just not getting hit. They needed an Enlight in order to take Volcano out of that stock, and now he's just building up even more damage without actually taking any in return. Look at the amount of pressure that they are putting up into Xerjoff, and they're just kind of throwing stuff out there. Finally getting something, doesn't get the full punish that they needed. Oh, Nair coming through, doesn't get the recovery. Okay, Volcano is starting to play a little bit with his food, man. That's not nice.
I don't know if he's playing with his food or if he's just really struggling with knocking him out. As Volcano's getting up the damage himself quite a bit, as now he potentially gets the knockout here with that sidelight sending Xerjoff very far. And yes, that is the knockout. Give me those 10 channel points, baby! Give me those 10 channel points! Give me those 10 channel points! I knew, baby! I knew! Give me them 10 channel points!
But I can. This man got so excited out of his damn channel point that he was standing up and screaming out of his chair.
Give me them 10 channel points. Give me them. I need those 10 channel points on my account right now. I won those predictions. You didn't. 10 channel points into my bank.